Today at the Disneyland Resort, everything feels like it's in motion. We're checking in on major construction for the Avengers Campus expansion, fresh updates from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and the latest on Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue, preparing for the Avatar expansion. We'll also revisit the Haunted Mansion after reopening, take a first look at Downtown Disney's newest sweet stop with Cathy's Cookies, and cap the night with the long-awaited return of Paint the Night after its holiday hiatus. If you love Disneyland's past, present, and what's coming next, this one's for you. All aboard the Imagine Mover. Update on the Avengers Campus expansion. The construction site looks quiet today, and from this side of the wall, things look very similar to when we last visited. You can see the white lattice structure and where that lines up in the concept art for Avengers Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Lab, which are the two new attractions we're all waiting for. Curious if there's a delay or if all the progress is just below our field of view. This is the other side of the Infinity Defense construction in Cars Land. Here you can see the scaffolding in a little bit more detail. Not much better, but it's a little bit closer from where we were at earlier. It's right next to Luigi's. Quick update on Monsters Incorporated. As of yet, there is no closing date that has been announced. Last year they told us early 2026. Early 2026 is here. You would think generally they would give us a couple months notice. We're at the end of January, beginning of February. A couple months would be past March into April. So thinking there might be a delay with the closure. The reason for the closure, as some of you may know, is due to the build-out of the new Avatar land. No new announcements regarding that have come out as well, other than concept art. As I covered in one of my other videos, these areas are likely on the chopping block as well. Really just a refreshment stand, seating area, in a building that hasn't been used in a while from what I can tell. The Hyperion Theater has been quite silent for the past couple of years. With no announcement about coming shows, it is a little bit suspicious. Makes you wonder if this area is actually going to be victim to the Avatar Land expansion as well. This is the entrance and the queue for the Hyperion Theater. Right now it sits empty. During the holiday season, they have the Deadpool performances here. Very quiet, with no plans as far as we know. It's great to have these quiet areas, apart from the crowds and noise. But the wharf has a lot of water right now because Grizzly River Run is not running, so all that water is stored here. In this corner of Paradise Pier, really the Paradise Gardens area, you'll see this gate here, labeled as Pixar Pier. It's where the new Coco ride, the Coco themed land at least, is going to take place. Right now there are no updates on when the Coco land and the Coco ride will be opening, but there is a lot of construction going on the other side. But right now this is still a place where the parades pass through and the floats get stored. More updates to come. Make sure to follow our channel. We'll give you updates as we learn about them. Incredicoaster is still down for refurbishment, but it looks like they're running the cars through for testing. promotional Whirlwind is back up and running. Grizzly River Run is quiet and undergoing refurbishment. Typically this happens after the holiday season, during the winter, when it's still cold enough that people don't want to ride this. Although today it doesn't feel like winter at all, it's in the 80s. Soarin's going strong right now with a 45-minute wait. This summer, Soarin will be transforming into Soarin' Across America in honor of America's 250th birthday. Definitely looking forward to that. Update on the Porto's construction. As you can see here, the Earl of Sandwich building is completely gone. It's been torn down. So it looks like the area is completely clear, generally ready for construction. Previously, there were a couple ticket booths that were sitting right about here that were torn down. So the area, from what I can tell, is pretty much clear, although I can't see over the wall, but some good progress being made. Looking forward to when Porto's actually opens. I love that view. From the recent announcement, the original trilogy characters are supposed to be making appearances in this part of the land. Also, I assume some small tweaks will be made to the land as well, just to make it reflect the original trilogy a little bit more closely. We understand that's supposed to be gradual, so every time we come here, we'll try to see if there's any changes. So Oga's Cantina is closed, undergoing refurbishment. I assume to make way for the new original trilogy changes. You can kind of hear music going on in the background, like there's still something going on back there. Almost like the cantina's open. No obvious or visible changes in this area, the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run area. Don't think there's anything that's going to be really changed here from what I can tell. It looks like you can just plug in the original trilogy characters and do that seamlessly without having to make any decorative changes. Doc Ondars is supposed to be rethemed as well to a certain extent to reflect the original trilogy and merchandise from that era. Don't know if it's just going to be a swap out of merchandise or if there's going to be changes to the actual physical interior. I assume that it's just going to be a swap out of merchandise. The theming looks like it's already pretty much out of the original trilogy era anyway. Oh, this is a cool little detail I never really noticed. There's a lot of different blasters from the original trilogy era. Unless you just sit here and take it all in, you won't notice all the details. Walking through the marketplace area, don't really expect many changes here. Maybe decorative at some point. But I think the expectation is for the merchandise to reflect all eras of Star Wars, to include the original trilogy. So Rise of the Resistance is currently closed for refurbishment. Despite the recent announcement, it's not expected that Rise of the Resistance is actually going to change. It was announced that this area of Galaxy's Edge would still be themed towards the sequel trilogy. So given that, the assumption is that Rise of the Resistance will still be the same ride, and that this refurbishment is just for maintenance purposes. This ride goes down pretty frequently, so I think after years of it being online, they've noticed where the problem areas are. So this area of Rise of the Resistance is still open, at least the queue. I think mainly so that there are some areas of seating and shade. Obviously the queue's not active, but there are benches here and umbrellas, so I think it's more for guests. Really not a lot of changes. Galaxy's Edge. Of course, all the changes are supposed to happen at the end of April, so there's still a lot of time before that happens. But we'll keep you updated if we see anything interesting. The classic Haunted Mansion theming is back after the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay for Halloween and Christmas. So let's hop on and take a tour.
This gallery, where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? Of course, there's always my way.
It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond.
Happy haunts materialize.
And begin to vocalize.
Bring your scandal. It's my king of ghosts.
This is a cool Haunted Mansion jacket. Nothing on the back, but there's really cool print on the inside. Haunted Mansion themed. No one's really going to see it if you wear it, but if you know it's there, you'll probably feel cool wearing it. Cool Haunted Mansion jersey. I think this has been here before. 999 happy haunts. Has Rise felt on there. Bride t-shirt for As Long as We Both Shall Live. Our Universe button down, pretty understated. Really nice print here. Cathy's Cookies has just opened its kiosk at downtown Disney. The line was pretty long, but moved along fairly quickly. They're selling a bucket of their chocolate chip cookies for $28, a smaller sleeve for $18, and dough to go for $25. The cookies were freshly baked and soft, so of course they're delicious, but honestly, it was not extraordinarily different than home-baked Nestle Toll House cookies. But give it a try on your next visit and let me know what you think.